Who talks about Armada 2.0, I swear to God I will come for you.
Saying that they are surprise mechanics, and people love surprises.
To get a Bane Blade, the plastic Bane Blade, to sell in the store at ROE Games, 19 Park Lane, Havelock. Come by, see us.
Aoski here, and this is By the Numbers.
This week we're going to be going over character creation for Wrath and Glory.
My name is Keith, or you can call me ArmorBoy21. That's my gaming deck. Today we're going to learn D&D.
Oh, hello there. Your armor, sir?
Boom!
You take 7 points of damage.
Alright guys, we're rocking out really hard tonight. So what we got going on is Crease.
There will be swearing and or shenanigans of the adult nature.
Damn it!
Oh my goodness. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor is officially in. I love that as your new streamline. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is AJ East Coast, and welcome to another edition of Gamer Interrupted. I have with me tonight DocShippy. Sono Kid, yes. I thought we'd keep this a little lighthearted. It's been quite the interesting week. Yes, boy, has it ever. I'm still visiting it up here in our neck of the woods over in Boston town. But hey, I'm having a good time. Yes, but all in all, wear your mask, save lives. But yes, tonight, Dan, our top story, breaking news today, and I thought this was kind of interesting. We started right out the gate. The United Kingdom, who I love because of soccer, mostly, and other things, they are starting to crack down on gambling in video games. And I have been 100% a huge supporter of this for a very long time. I've said since the beginning, I've said loot boxing, battle royale, all this bullshit is ruining video games. And it's ruining gambling. It's not ruining gambling. People are becoming addicted to gambling now in video game, which is a shame. But anyways, yes, the United Kingdom, they're cracking down on it. They want reform, and it has to do with because Xbox Series X releasing, PlayStation 5 releasing, they don't want to see their young generation of gamers become addicted to gambling and loot boxing and all that shit just before. I had to explain to my niece that today, you're looking at these loot boxes and you don't even know what's in them. So here, next thing you know, Johnny is on his dad's Xbox on Fortnite or something, and he buys $45 to $50, maybe even $500. I've seen of kids buy credits for this bullshit. And, then the little kid's like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't know any better. So I'm hoping that with these reforms that the United Kingdom is wanting to put in for video games, I'm all for it. I hope that it changes a lot. Dan, what are your thoughts on this one? How you doing, King Scuba Steve? Sono, Yeah, you said you have a little. Can't hear. How you doing tonight, Sono Kid and King Scuba Steve? For any of y'all know, our best friends of the channel. Sono Kid is our current VIP viewer.
Figured out why.
Yes, as Dan is getting together
Can
on
you guys
that
hear
one.
me now? Hopefully that works. All right.
Yes, Sono Kid, you are the new VIP viewer for the month. Last month, it's how you earn VIP. The more shows you come, the more times that you come and talk in the chat. We pay attention in the VIP viewer. Shout out to Sono Kid. Check out his stream. Anyways, Doc. So yeah, tell us your thoughts about the freaking loot boxing and gambling and all that.
Before you guys couldn't hear me, this is the amount of ire I have that I usually save for Kathleen Kennedy and Star Wars. But no. I am going to unload it on these loot boxes. As you all know, DocShippy absolutely loathes loot boxes, or surprise mechanics, as EA lovingly calls them. So with the EA dropping the hammer of God on these people, saying, oh, hell no, get that shit out of our games, get our kids away from this gambling bullshit, fuck a you, Fortnite. Fuck a you, EA. Thank you. That's all I gotta say is thank you. Hopefully, this spreads over here to the States, and we can knock this shit out right before we get a brand new Madden comes out. And they're like, oh, but you can get these card packs, which unlock these new characters for you.
How about freaking earn it like we did when we were kids?
Right?
Earn
you
the
want
card
Odd
packs.
Job? Fucking beat the Aztec on Secret Agent with under 13 minutes using only the pistol and chopping people to death. It's like, come on, make it challenging. Give these kids a reason to play the game. You know, and that was the mark of pride. Hey, I unlocked this dude, this dude, this dude. Oh, shit, how'd you do that? Well, I got these guys. No.
Right.
This whole purchase your bullshit culture, it's got to stop.
And this should be a lesson to other game developers and game designers and everyone out there, not just the AAA things, that you have to understand that gambling and the loot boxing and all this stuff it's changed the video game culture so negatively. I'm over it, and I want to see change. So kudos to the fellas over in the United Kingdom for bringing that to the public attention and wanting reform and everything that they want to do for the stream. For
gaming,
future video gamers,
gaming as a whole.
My dogs they're a little scared because of the fireworks going off. But anyways, and that leads me, Dan, to my next topic, because Amazon's The Crucible, which is a freaking battle royale, which was out of beta for 2 months, is now shutting down and is back in closed beta.
Hey
so
guys,
listen,
we have a failing game. I have an idea on how we can make it work. Add a battle royale mode. Wait, so you're telling me battle royale doesn't save every game? That's failing? Boo!
I don't understand. Like, take this as a lesson. And it sucks because I love Amazon. I think that the guys over at Amazon, you guys put out wonderful streaming content. It is amazing. It's some of the best TV shows and services that I've seen in a long time. And I was so excited to see you spend some time in the video game world. But why a battle royale? Why couldn't you use something else? Like, understand, like, oh, this is the first time, but that's a bad impression in the video game world. That's a huge bad impression. Am I talking crazy, Dan, or am I thinking that, is this?
So, my big beef with the battle royale genre is that it's allowing game companies to not put in any effort when they're making these games. And it shows. And that's frustrating for gamers like us who value good story, appreciate the amount of effort these game designers put into it. Honestly, I feel like this is them cheating on their homework. It's like, you guys had one job, put out a captivating
it's the easy way
game
out.
That's fun to play. I mean, I thought Amazon would be doing they are doing an open world game.
They are, Steve, right. But first they came out with The Crucible, which is a battle royale, which has only been out for 2 months, and it's already going back because it's a bust. I read that under 200 players are playing it right now. Under 200.
It's like, what was it? There
That's
was another
crazy.
one that came out not too long ago that folded super quick because they put it out there. It was an alpha and nobody played it.
Nobody
People
liked
are
it.
done. People
See,
are
King Scuba.
done.
King Scuba says never
Yeah.
even heard of it. And I would go to test that other viewers and listeners would probably have to go ahead and say that they haven't heard of it either.
Oh yeah, people are done with the battle royale genre. Freaking Call of Duty's done it, PUBG's done it, Fortnite's done it.
I will
insert
say this.
name, they've done it. We're done with it. Move on.
I will say this, Call of Duty, I think they've done it. They've kind of come to the bar, and that's the bar that it should stay at. So everyone else stop trying to imitate and emulate everyone else.
Yes.
Like it's not worth it anymore, because look what happens. Amazon, their video game now gets shut down after 2 months.
Yep. This is really showing of game development nowadays. Everybody wants to be part of the new hit thing, which I understand, but Battle Royale for a lot of these companies was their big bread and butter. I mean, why am I going to pay good money to come out with a game that has depth and, is fun to play, has all these other things going on with it, when I can just put in the same mechanics for a billion players and let them just have at it?
That is 100% true, because here's the thing, they want the instant gratification. No one is earning it anymore. No one is earning, because here's the thing, gaming, yes,
Yeah.
it's supposed to immerse you in a world. You can't just buy crap.
So, speaking of that, if those of you guys know who've watched this channel before know I'm a big fan of the Angry Joe Show and Angry Joe Show Gaming. They recently did a video where Valorant has even gotten to the point where it's jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Blue skin for a gun. Guess how much they're asking for?
$7.
Multiply that by 10.
No, that's ridiculous. That is so upsetting. I don't understand. Why?
What kills me is there are people who are willing to spend that. And
They're all
otherwise they wouldn't be doing
saying,
that.
Oh, it's memorabilia, it's collection. No, it's not. Because yes, you can show that off to people online, but
to who?
$700?
Who cares?
Who cares? Who freaking cares?
Hey guys, did you see my brand new blue gun I got in Valorant? I don't play Valorant, bro. That game means nothing to me. Hey, but did you see in Borderlands, they just dropped all this free stuff and everybody's rocking these cool skins? Peasant. Like, serious, that's what it sounds like talking to these guys who drop the money on these whales who just don't care and will spend money on this stupid thing thinking it's helping the developers. What it's doing is it's justifying their actions for putting out half-assed material. Like, I get it. I understand it's a big cash cow right now, but people want to play a game, something that's fun and has story and has depth to it.
We talked about that with Remy, the guy that we had on a couple weeks ago, and we said that, game developers, you need to stop developing games with money in mind. Because yes, you want to make money. Everyone wants to make money off their game. Everyone wants to be successful in their industry, but people you charge $60. That's hard-earned money, and people need to spend it in a good fashion, and you're not rewarding them with anything because you're causing them to keep buying more.
Exactly. They're not looking at the consumer anymore. They're just looking at the bottom line. And you know what? I think we've murdered this topic as far as we can. But hey, look, there's a change in topic. Big freaking news.
Well, Dan, I think the viewers and the listeners, they want to know about this new series that's coming out because you are
on Amazon. You mean the Fallout series that we were discussing should definitely get a series on some sort of streaming platform? Amazon has announced they're doing Fallout. Yes.
I'm very stoked for this because I'm a huge fan of Fallout. We've said on this podcast before, there is so much lore to be explored in freaking Fallout. There's so much, because in the last game alone, in Fallout 4, I still haven't gone back and played the others. I don't even know some of the other lore besides what's already happening with
Fallout 4, there's a story. I just spent most of my time building bases.
yeah, which a lot of people do. But the point I'm trying to make is that there's so much out there in that game alone that I didn't get to experience everything. Imagine what you can do with the possibilities of a TV series, which I'm so
exactly.
stoked for. Plus, Amazon, you guys fucking kick ass when it comes to making series.
So I've been a fan of Fallout since Fallout 3. I remember.
Yes.
I can't remember when Fallout 3 came out. Like, what was that? 2007?
That was
2000?
Yeah, I want to say around 2007, 2008. Yeah.
I remember my mom had gotten that for me for Christmas. She's like, I don't know what you're playing anymore, but the guy at the game store said this is good. I'd never played a Fallout game before this, and I fell in love with it.
It's
the
great.
lore
It's so
of the
good.
game, the story, everything involved with it, the voice acting, the amount of care that went into this game series is just so good. And yes,
the attention
it has
to detail.
The attention to detail. You have to take that with a grain of salt because it is a Bethesda game, so there are just random glitches that happen, like things splicing through walls, people walking on nothing, and you falling through the world. But you come to love it. It's part of what makes the game great. But there is so much lore there. There is so much story. And with all these cyberpunk things coming out, it's nice that there's this dystopian, futuristic 1950s vibe to it. That it's not,
Yes, I love that.
And
the whole
that's-
Frank Sinatra
Oh, yeah.
playing in the I love it.
There's something about that just strikes a chord with me, and it's just It's like, yes, the world has gone to shit, but it's so comforting and it's comfortable, you know.
My question is, what kind of theme or setting are we looking at? Because we've seen West Virginia, we've seen Boston, we've seen Washington D.C.,
We've seen Vegas.
yeah. Which, by the way, out of all the Fallout series, my favorite game, hands down, Fallout New Vegas.
Yes.
What are we looking at? I'm thinking, I don't know.
Well, they've also so Fallout 1 and 2 did the West Coast. That was the story of Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 centered around the NCR and California. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went back to the brass tacks and did the first, Fallout 1, because that would make an amazing series.
Plus, I think the whole desert backdrop works for a great post-apocalyptic story.
Oh yeah.
Well, Dan, you mentioned cyberpunk, and we've been talking about series. We're also looking at cyberpunks. They're getting a anime that's going to come to Netflix. And I know that you had some thoughts about this because you weren't like 100%. I know. Are you a little bit cyberpunked out right now? Because I'm still stoked, and to see the game hasn't come out yet, and I'm stoked to see already expansions happening just from the game and the hype behind the game itself.
I have a very unpopular opinion about the game itself. I'm tired of hearing about it. It's, yes, I think it's going to be great. CD Projekt Red, oh my God, they did The Witcher, but that's really all CD Projekt Red has done is The Witcher. It's like, okay, yeah, that's great, but what else have they done?
Well, I think that they're banking on Cyberpunk to be that next thing.
See,
that
that's
people
what I'm worried about
for the next few years.
That's what I'm worried about, though, is because CD Projekt Red, they focus down on one game and they make that game amazing, and then they move on to the next thing. I was not a Witcher fan. I just could not get into that game. And then, you have this other game coming out. It's got that, Fallout-y, futuristic type of feel. And yeah, I agree with Scuba. I want to see what they do with it before I get my hopes up. And, the other thing that's really pissing me off about this game is the fact that they're trying to pick fights with, different fan bases just because they can.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, so hey guys, your characters are asexual in this, and, just putting that out there, it's just like, okay, why does that matter? Cool, you can have a trans character, that's great. But why are you making this as big a deal as it is? You're doing it so you piss certain people off, so they get all butthurt about it, so they blast the forums so you can pitch your game more. That's why I'm sick and tired of hearing about it, I'm sick and tired of hearing about all these controversies that they're pushing. I think it's great that the game's giving out representation. I have nothing against that. But the thing I have is the fact that they're pitching controversies where there doesn't need to be.
I agree. There's no reason to start a fight that's not necessary.
No.
And to use that as a marketing tool it's a little disheartening because I love the hype behind it. And when you do things like that, the hype then gets taken away.
I mean,
But-
perfect example of this is look at The Last of Us 2.
Exactly.
Ellie's got a girlfriend in the whole thing. But her sexuality is not the story, and it has
Right.
nothing to do with the mechanics of the game. So
Talk
the
about the
fact
graphic-
that Naughty
talk
Dog
about-
didn't even
Right.
mention that as they were putting out the game, I thought that was great. It's like, hey, that's awesome. Now we have this great protagonist. It's awesome. It's great. Hey, she's got depth. She's got this character. Perfect. The fact that CD Projekt Red is making such a big deal about this shit, it's just like, come on, guys.
It goes to show you that you have to know how to market correctly, and especially in this world, because yes, you should be focusing on the fact that you've built this incredible post-apocalyptic, futuristic, cyberpunk city. You should be focusing on, you know, the freedom of choices that you have with character customization.
That's what they should have just left it at.
Right.
Freedom
that's
of
all you
choice
need
when
to
it comes
say.
to character customization, and that would have been like, oh, that means we can basically do whatever we want. Okay, cool.
And that's great and that's what people want. But then you had to go in and say like, oh, well, look what we did. You know, look what we did. You're not proving anything to anyone. You're just causing more stress and more fights to people.
And that's
especially
all it is
time
they're
for-
picking fights. And I can't stand that. I think it's bad marketing on their part, and that's why I'm kind of over the game. When it comes out, I will not be buying it.
I'll be checking it out just for the fact that I believe that this will be one of the best games that we've seen in a long time, just from what we see. Because I have to agree with you and Scuba as well. We're not positive that this is going to be the best game that everyone thinks it's going to be.
Plus, and I've been saying this from day one, any game that gets pushed back, you know, keeps getting pushed back like this. I mean, Shigeru Miyamoto once said, you know, you release a bad game, it stays bad forever, but you push back a bad game to make it better, it eventually gets good.
Well,
but there's only so much tweaking and peaking you can do to a game, you know? What I think it was is they had this great idea. They were like, yeah, we're going to push it. We're going to come out with it. It's going to be great. And they didn't realize what they had was not good. If it's getting pushed back this far and this long, then there were more bugs than it was polished. So I'm really kind of...
All I can say is CD Projekt Red, there are people looking forward to this, and people will be very let down if it is not what you said that it's going to be. Take
Yes.
No Man's Sky and things like that as an example. I'm still waiting for Rust on PS4, Scuba says. But nonetheless, more details about the show. It's called Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It will be a 10-episode limited series available sometime in 2022. I don't know, but change the topic. We're looking at now. This is something I'm kind of excited about just because we've seen so many rumors and so many, you know, screen grabs and people taking old video game footage and hyping it up and making it look like it's brand new. I'm referring to the new untitled Harry Potter themed RPG that has been officially confirmed by Warner Brothers Studios. And I'm excited about this just because, yes, the movie adaptation games were great, but I didn't feel like there was some kind of, well, I would say great. I think they were fun for what they were, but I didn't get that great feeling. I didn't have this immersion of being inside Harry Potter. They could have done a lot more, but I've learned about this at school. When you make a movie adaptation, a lot of the times it's just like the movie guy's like, hey, we need a video game. So for me personally, Dan, I'm looking forward to seeing Harry Potter video game-esque world as a whole. I see you making faces. What are your thoughts on this?
So I swear this stream must be DocShippy's anti-popular opinions. I loathe Harry Potter. I absolutely loathe it.
Careful saying that one.
I'm not a fan of it. I've never liked it. I read, and people, it's because you just saw the movies. No, I did see the movies, but I also read the books first, and the books were boring. Like, I did not get that sense of wonder I got when I was reading Lord of the Rings. Thank you, Scuba.
Agree with you.
Thank you.
I can't agree with you guys. What? Maybe it's. Listen,
Like,
maybe it's
the first
I don't know.
first time I got the description of a Star Destroyer in the Star Wars novel, I was just, oh my goodness! You know, the first time they described Mount Doom in freaking Lord of the Rings, it was captivating. The first time they described Hogwarts, I was like, cool. It's a castle, and there's wizards.
To me, I think the story was very. I was more personally connected to it. I thought it was. I looked forward to this, heroic, weirdly nerdy dude with glasses that was born in July.
Oh, you mean Luke Skywalker?
Yes, I understand this. There are crazy different niches and it's nuts, but think about it, Dan, from this perspective. We've seen incredible RPGs from the video game perspective. What I'm saying, we've seen incredible RPGs the last few years. RPGs back in the day, we all know, weren't that great. Do we have the?
Hold on,
some of them.
I am
some of them.
offended by that. Good.
Some
sir.
of them. We have the capabilities to do much more now.
Final
and
Fantasy.
it looks,
Come on, Chrono
but
Trigger.
that's the thing. That's the thing. They were niche games. They were niche games. What I'm trying to say is that the amount of possibilities that you can do with RPGs, I think this could be something good. And we don't even know much about it.
Bruh. Scuba hit the nail on the head on that one.
But don't you think being able to, be a student at Hogwarts and developing spells and learning things and putting those into your spell library, I see that's cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm waiting for? An X-Men MMO.
Okay, yes, we've all been waiting for that. Vince voice, you're fired. Maybe I'm seeing this as just a little bit of a younger gamer's version, but for me, Harry Potter meant a lot, and I know it means a lot to a lot of people. So I think that with the possibility of having an awesome game, I think it will do the same as it did with the movies. Dan disagrees, but hey, that's what we love about Gamer Interrupted.
Yep.
Everyone has
half
their
the fun, man. You see, I'm still waiting for the next Lord of the Rings game to come out, so.
Well, yeah, I don't know. That could happen. But what we're looking at, the Harry Potter RPG, the Harry RPG. The Harry Potter RPG.
No, you were right the first time.
Warner Brothers games, they like to do PC first, so we could possibly see that coming out to the PC and then coming out to the future consoles. I don't know. It's going to be the Avalanche software, and I'm kind of looking forward to that because they've done some cool stuff with that. Disney's done work with the Avalanche software before. And here's the other thing is that the outside world of Harry Potter, they're not going to be able to dig their hands too much into this because they don't want this to become the movie adaptation bullshit. But I don't know. I think I'm looking forward to it. It could be interesting. We'll probably see it in the next, few years, but 3 to 4 years, I'd probably say. I don't know. But
never.
Moving on to another movie adaptation thing, The Rise of Skywalker. Everyone in this channel knows.
Wait. Can I do this one?
You may. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, so Disney recently announced it is wiping the Kathleen Kennedy Trinity off of the face of the planet.
Smile on Dan's
and
face.
I'm just, it is vindication. Disney is resetting the post-Star Wars world, and thank God. I think I speak for a lot of the fan base. Not everyone, no, because don't get me wrong. I like some of the aspects of the new trilogy.
This is good news, yes.
But I feel like had they stayed on course, had they had kept one director through the entire thing, or not even director, one producer, like if they
writer,
had
maybe
J.J. Abrams do the first and second one and the third one, perfect. That would have been awesome. But instead they had to get he who shall not be named, there's your Harry Potter reference for you, to come in and do The Last Jedi and butcher it so badly that they had to spend the first 2 hours, or the first hour of the third movie to make it so you didn't have to see the second one.
The Last Jedi was the biggest slap in the face, I think, to nerd
the
culture in a
entire
very long
fandom.
time.
The entire
And-
fandom.
Yes, and both of us will continue to make sure that they reap their sins for it. But look, they already have, because they reset it, because now they said, look, the bullshit that you gave us is not going to cut it. I
So-
agree, King Scuba Steve. It was so bad.
It was,
They're not
it
going to
was-
cut it.
And the thing that made it worse is, instead of admitting, yeah, hey guys, I'm not really a Star Wars fan, I didn't really know. Frickin' Ryan Johnson was sitting there, and it's like, oh, it was just internet trolls. It was just people
was not.
unable to deal with a strong female character. It's like, no, you jackass. We had the strongest female character in sci-fi, frickin'
Right.
Princess Leia Organa, who, unlike her brother and her father, didn't go to the dark side when everything got shitty.
Yes, and thank you for letting me know that Leia was a Jedi, because, maybe as a Star Wars fans, I
Okay,
would have liked
so-
to fucking have seen that.
Okay, so here, let DocShippy drop some fucking knowledge on you right now. So when Yoda talks to Obi-Wan about training a Jedi, Obi-Wan says, oh, I'm going to train Luke. Yoda was pissed about that because he wanted it to be Leia, because he knew Leia would not have been tempted by the dark side, and he knew Luke would have been.
Because he said there is another hope.
There is another hope. In fact, when Obi-Wan was training Luke, Yoda was like, okay, just do that, I guess. But, if that one dies or goes to the dark side, it's not really that much of a loss because we still have Leia. That would have been something to work on in a new canon. You want a strong female character, you have the strongest one right in front of you. You don't have to come up with this new one. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the Rey character. I liked the fact that she was a Palpatine. I liked the fact that, oh, by the way, spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. But I liked the fact that she had all this power and there was a reason for it. I'm not saying that she was a Mary Sue like a lot of the fandom is. I think she was a good character. However, Leia, they should have put more emphasis on Leia training her. Yes. I thought that would have been a better story than that bullshit in The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi should have been Leia training her, because Leia was technically the Last Jedi.
It's true, and I 100% agree with you. And all these, they wrote some great stories, but we didn't get to enjoy them because you rushed through them, especially The Last Jedi. I was like, was that a movie, or was that just like someone pressed ×2 speed on fucking YouTube?
So don't get me wrong. It was a great science fiction movie. It was a great piece of art, but it was not Star Wars. I don't know what the hell that was. It was far from Star Wars.
And this is crap. I don't know if a lot of people have paid attention to it, because I don't think a lot of people give a fuck. But Disney, this brings me to my next article, that Disney, they released another expanded edition freaking novel to patch up the shit that they didn't have time to put in the first time. And they did that with Last Jedi, and I didn't read that book because you're not getting that from me. You're not getting the satisfaction of me reading that. But I read the synopsis. Why didn't you just put that into the movie? And you say we ran out of time. No, you didn't, because you just rushed through an awful story.
Again,
and they did that with the first one.
But
They put
the
story
Rise of
arcs
Skywalker, it wasn't their fault. They had to fix Ryan Johnson's mistake. That's what that was. Yeah. If you look at the chronology of what this series should have been, they had queued it up to be the Dark Empire series. Everything was showing it was going to be the Dark Empire series. In fact, had Ryan Johnson not fucked up, it would have been the Dark Empire series, in which Palpatine comes back, and there would have been this huge reveal. There would have been awesome, epic battles, but no, they had to cram all of that in one fucking movie because somebody had to go off and do a social justice warrior piece.
Yeah.
But it's gone. It's gone. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Now, that's not... For those of you who actually do enjoy this trilogy, I'm not saying it was a bad trilogy. And I'm not saying they're completely wiping it from Star Wars lore. For those of us who are a fan of the expanded universe novels, what they now refer to as legends, this is just part of the Star Wars multiverse. Because everything in Disney has a multiverse. This is just another one.
This is just another part.
I am not upset that they're resetting it. I think this is just them doing it like they did with the old expanded universe, the Dark Empire series, the Thrawn novels, all of that. This is just a hard reset. We're starting a new universe because we fucked up the last one. Let's go. The Usain Vong invasion, that's a perfect example of the writers going, hey guys, we kind of fucked up here.
I will give them one thing though, and when I did see The Force Awakens, Kylo Ren, you did do good with that character, and you did keep me interested enough to see what would happen with Kylo Ren.
His redemption arc, though, was
Yes.
so underwhelming.
You could have done much more, yes.
There was so much more they could have done with that.
Yes. Well, Dan, I think we hit the nail on the head with Star Wars, just like we do every week. But listen, and for our viewers that, we're not going to let them forget that, and they need you. I hope that you guys understand that what they did is,
So AJ, it's like I sent you earlier in the week. I found out a way to get back at them. I'm going to become friends with the guys at Lionsgate, right? Because, apparently Ryan Johnson's big thing right now is the whole Knives Out thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get really good with freaking Lionsgate. I'm going to be like, hey guys, I want to direct the sequel to Knives Out. Call it Knives Out 2, something or other. I don't really care. And be like, oh yeah, I'm a huge fan of it. I've been following the lore, this, that, and the other thing. And then never see the movie, never read the first script, take the script they give me, throw it out, rewrite it, and bomb the entire movie. Ruining all the characters, making them act the way they wouldn't. Have things in a movie that weren't in the first one or anywhere in the lore. Have characters come out of the woodwork that have no reason being in the movie. And then just sit there and be like, when everybody's blasting me, be like, oh, it's just the online trolls. They didn't like what I did with it. It's just online. I took a risk, and you guys didn't like my risk, so you're wrong. There we go. That's what I'm going to do.
and they deserve every little piece and bit of that. Abigail 13 says, solid plan.
Yes.
Well, Dan, moving on for a little bit more positive news.
Wait, that exists?
Yes. I found it a very interesting summer camp that's now available, and I guess has been available for a while. This is a gaming summer camp, and this is a gaming summer camp that not only focuses on gaming and esports and all this, and having, it's not just all your kids are going to sit behind you and play video games all day long. They're also teaching the importance of fitness, and we get there is the stigma that gamers sit behind the computer all day and don't do anything, and they want to kind of get that away. So they're focusing on fitness, they're focusing on education. They're saying at Hybrid, we're evolving what it means to be a gamer. That's directly from their website. Hybrid ATX is the name of the camp. And I think this is really cool because it gives kids an opportunity to not only enjoy video games, learn to play competitively in a non-toxic manner, but also learn valuable life skills. And I thought this was really cool. I also, while I was digging into this, I found out that they were awarded the McCombs Entrepreneur Summer Fellowship Award. I think that's really cool. That they're doing a lot of these programs for the kids down there in Texas.
I think that's fantastic. I mean, that's kind of like why we started Enter the Gamer in the first place. Bringing gamers together, trying to change the face of gaming, giving gamers a place where we can vent about things like, Star Wars and loot boxes. But
teaching them
I think
there are more things out there.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think with video games and back when we were growing up, they had classes that taught us, these violent movies aren't healthy for you, but you need to, go out and see the world and realize that this is the way things are, And so I think it's great. I believe that there is this culture in gaming of sedentariness that needs to be brought into the light, and I think that's a great way to do it. Plus, it teaches them the proper way to game. Gaming has gotten toxic. I mean, let's be honest. The entire first 10 minutes of this stream, we were talking about one of the most toxic aspects of gaming, fucking loot boxes. You have those online chats. By the way, kids today would not survive Xbox Live on the 360 when we were growing up.
They would not, but... And I've always wanted to make a point. I was never. People have always said, "Man, you're kind of always like a single player gamer. We never really see you, streaming like battle royales or shooters and stuff like that." Because I'm just not into it. And I don't know. I'm over it. And the younger generation of gamers, I've always been an advocate for playing video games and seeing it as an escape and seeing it as a different world. There's so many things. As a kid, I swung through the streets of New York as Spider-Man. I saved princesses. I fought zombies. I've done everything that I've always wanted to do. And you went ahead and ruined it. And the toxicity from those earlier times, I didn't really enjoy, the slurs. I didn't enjoy being called, my masculinity being mentioned because of gaming. And I'm hoping that things like this kind of change that. And I've always been an advocate for gaming in a healthy way, because yes, we've all been there. We've stayed up. I did it last year with Red Dead Redemption 2. I think I put 15 straight hours into it one night. And yes, that's not healthy. However, these guys are trying to show kids that there are other things to do.
Yeah.
Take a break, go outside, play a little bit, then come back and keep playing.
I can't really talk. I have been banned from Xbox Live for months at a time for going off on some screaming 12-year-old. Not my proudest moment, but
yes,
somebody had to do it.
Don't freaking buy your kids,
Okay,
rated M games if they can't handle it. That's just what I'm saying.
So you wouldn't bring your kid to a rated R movie. Why are you buying them rated M games?
Correct. I'm glad that you brought up that point. Yes, but Dan, another thing.
Handle the heat. Stay out of the kitchen.
Another positive thing in the video game community that we can segue right into was that also FDA has now approved a game for use for teaching autism, or for treating autism. And obviously, this is not like a way to treat autism, but it is another option to do things. This is also a positive thing in the mental health community as well. Seeing video games being shown as a mental health light, that's something that I think a lot of people never even thought of doing, to use that as a form of medicine. And honestly, it really does come to that. Video games do offer an escape. My mom has worked in mental health for forever, and she has seen many people that see video games as an escape and to assist with mental health. For me, I think this is wonderful. I think that more things like the summer camps and things like that should start coming about and teaching gaming in a positive way. Sorry, I know I went on my soapbox a little bit. It's just something I've been very passionate about since I was 14 and someone called me a bad word online. You know what I mean?
That was probably me, by the way.
A bit. But Dan, also, I saw this is something, and I know that King Scuba Steve will be excited about this. Madden 21 is now saying that instead of having NCAA come out as a game, you're now going to be able to use more than 10 college football teams in Madden 21 and play with them through multiple series and multiple things. Because the last time they're like, yeah, we have colleges in football. No, you didn't. You had colleges in a cutscene and maybe like 5 or 10 minute playthroughs of the colleges. You didn't have colleges in football. Now you do.
So, I've never been much for sports games. We all know this. Except for hockey, the only true sport. But the one thing I would like to see, and Madden has kind of gotten away with it, and I'm really hoping that we will see this again with the addition of the NCAA into the new Madden game, is a franchise mode, or the ability to bring your player up through. You play the college, then you go and bring them into the NFL, and you watch their career progression go. Or they don't make it there. You can end up being that free agent that ends up getting drafted by the Browns and doesn't do shit.
And that's the thing. They've done that before, and they've led up to that story, but then that was it. It was just like a 3-hour playthrough, and that was it, and you didn't get to see anything past that. And that's
what kills me is MLB has been doing that.
Right. FIFA,
like
even.
MLB, the show, FIFA, they've been doing that for years. And what it is, again, here's that loot box culture. Madden literally takes the game, updates the number. All right, so we're on Madden 2001 now. All right, we're good. Push it.
And you have new features. Your new features that the linebackers didn't knock into each other?
I mean, even the creative players are getting very half-assed. They have, 4 faces for people. Again, I was watching Angry Joe show, and he was going off about how they only had, 4 brown faces.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, this is... This is terrible. You guys, come on. People want options in their create-a-player. Like, that's why we play create-a-player. You know what game had one of the best create-a-players?
What's
Tony
that?
Hawk Pro Skater.
Yes.
One of the greatest create-a-character systems of all time. Second,
Not to mention,
it's up there with the freaking WWE ones.
I was just about to say yes, the SmackDown versus Raw series.
SmackDown versus Raw.
One thing
I'm
they
not a
always
fan
get
of
right.
wrestling, and even I had SmackDown versus Raw.
One thing they always get right. Well, Dan, this brings me that now that you brought up Tony Hawk, this brings me to the Christmas in July segment of the news. We have a lot of video games releasing here in July. One of them being
halls with pineapples and Hawaiian shirts. Fa la 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 la.
I can hear outside my window. But we're looking at Skater Extra Large is one of the ones that are being released, which is cool because we haven't seen a Skater game in a while.
I'm sorry, but there is one Skater game to rule them all, and I am waiting.
It's coming. Don't worry.
It's coming.
Tony Hawk Remastered.
When it comes out, if I'm able to, I am definitely going to be doing a massive stream of it. So.
Absolutely, 150%. Me, I can't. I'm gonna spend too many hours on that. But
oh my God, yes.
We're looking at Iron Man VR for the PSVR. Whatever. I don't. If you have an Iron Man, if you want to play Iron Man for 10 minutes, that's cool. If that's your thing. But that's all I can see the game is that you get to do this for like 15 minutes, and then that's about it.
So basically, it's just them testing a physics engine and being like,
yes.
"Hey, let's try to make some money off of it." Now,
we'll see if this happens. Which they will, because people will buy it.
If they're charging it like $10 for it, I can justify that. $10 for a physics sim? Okay. You know what?
Right.
All right, yeah, if you guys want to buy it. That's fine. If they're charging full fucking price for this thing...
Come on. That's our crap.
Come on, man.
But we're also we're getting some DLCs. Nioh 2 is getting a DLC. They just recently came out earlier this spring. I haven't had the opportunity to play that one. The first Nioh was great. Nioh 2, I'm sure.
Oh,
it's
Denial. Okay, I'm
like
very big
like
in
the
Denial,
game.
yeah.
The adventure, the ninja adventure. Dying Light is also getting another DLC, which is kind of cool because they haven't really mentioned Dying Light in a few years. It's kind of just been like, I know they're running a lot of
Hardcore Zombies. Dying Light,
yeah.
Got it, yeah.
I should have seen this one coming because they were running a shitload of ads like, "Hey, come back to Dying Light. Look what's going on. You can parkour and chop off zombies' heads."
I'm sorry, I thought that light died.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But two huge ones I'm really looking forward to. We talked about it earlier in the streams already. Destroy All Humans is finally coming.
Finally.
Get the remaster.
Yes.
I'm so stoked.
Yes, finally. A good one. A good one. We got a good one back, AJ.
Paper Mario 2, the Origami King. I'm so stoked because I loved Paper Mario as a kid. It was so much fun. I don't know why. I was addicted to Paper Mario. I will say that. But
HQ Nordic, Nintendo, thank you
guys are
for
great.
giving me hope for gaming. Thank you.
We're looking at Destroy All Humans, guys, July 28th, 2020. I'm really stoked for that.
I'm probably going to be getting that for my Switch.
Also have a PS4 exclusive, The Ghost of Tsushima, which I don't even know really what this game is. It's just
it's
been
another Dark Souls
trailers
wannabe.
And it's been like trailers and concept art of like conquer Japan, and here's flowing leaves and flowers, and I'm like, okay, but what am I doing in this game that's coming out July 17th?
So the game itself is just a case with a hammer in it, and the instruction is just smash yourself in the crotch repeatedly. That's
swing sword.
this isn't fun. Are you having fun yet? Like it's one of those games that's it's a Souls-like, so it's going to be hard as fuck for no reason whatsoever, just because.
But I will give it this. It does look really cool. And on the what's crazy though, I won't be running out to buy that one because the same day we're getting Paper Mario the Origami King on the Switch.
A game that's worth running out and getting.
We got Paper Mario on a Switch exclusive versus Ghost of Tsushima, a PS4 exclusive. I don't know. It could be. There are a lot of different games coming out, like the Minecraft Dungeons DLC, Rocket Arena, which is another freaking free-to-play
So
bullshit.
all I'm saying about Minecraft Dungeons, for those of you who know me, know I am a monster Minecraft fan, and I will build with the best of them. In fact, this channel started as a Minecraft channel.
That is correct. Yes,
you
we
know.
love Minecraft.
But Dungeons is really the game nobody asked for and nobody wants.
No.
It's a wannabe Diablo with a Minecraft skin.
When I saw that, I was just like, so you're just running around and not really doing anything? You're just running around and what? I don't know.
Where's the crafting? Where's the, you know? Oh, okay, if they made Minecraft more like Fallout, where it had more of a combat element to it, I could understand that. Make it, a different game. Yeah, hey, there's still crafting. You can still build awesome stuff, but now there's hordes of enemies you have to fight. There's like an army trying to invade your country. Make it more like 7 Days to Die, If you're gonna do something more like that. It keeps a lot of the same elements of the game, just doesn't reskin another game.
Yep.
With
Well, I 100% agree with you, Dan. We are coming down to our last 10 minutes. I believe that you have the top 5 for us this week.
So, being as we show a lot of love to Nintendo on this stream.
Because they're just great.
Nintendo has this game that everybody seems to love. I'm not a big fan because it's a fighting game. But it's got an array of characters, ranging from the zany to the awesome. Super Smash Brothers. So what I decided for our top 5 this week, a no-holds-barred, any console wish list for Smash Brothers. Any characters from any system is fair game. Minecraft is dope. I hope they don't make it like COD. Abigail 13, I completely agree.
Yes, Abby has the greatest insights when it comes to Minecraft. She knows. She takes Minecraft very serious. But yes, what would be interesting, though, to bring that up, I'd have to start that. I think it'd be cool to see the Minecraft character in there with, like, a little sword in
Steve?
Super Smash Brothers. Yeah.
For those who don't know, the Minecraft character's actual name is Steve.
That'd be cool. He's in there, like, swinging the sword around, and maybe it does
like
different
his special move is he puts blocks down.
Yes,
or,
exactly.
He
Turns
throws a
blocker.
bucket of lava. Like, even if they just reskinned Game & Watch and had him as the Minecraft guy, I think that would be great.
And he could move little short steps, too. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Dan, what about you, number 5?
So my number 5 is actually, I would love to see it because it goes back to the old days of the true console wars, of the PS1, the N64, and the Xbox. Crash Bandicoot.
Yes! Oh, you stole that from me.
wanna
I was
see
going to
Crash.
say that.
Yep.
I was going to say that, too. But yes, tell us why. I 100%
Because
agree with you.
He is part of that whole mascot culture, You have Mario, you have Sonic. You need Crash Bandicoot in there now. Come on.
Yes.
It seems like the next logical step.
For me, number 4, I think it'd be awesome to see Mega Man.
He already is.
When did they do that?
It was in Smash Brothers, the last one. The one that came out for the Wii.
Well, I think it'd be cool to see more characters then from the Mega Man universe.
Like Cutman.
About that.
How about a
Yes,
Cutman?
Cutman. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Zero.
Mega Man.
There you go. Fucking Zero. Why is he not a playable character in Smash Brothers? There you go. I helped you out, Dabs.
Thank you for that one, yes. Number 3 for us, Dan. What do you got?
Oh, I didn't go my number 4.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Number 4.
My number 4 is Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day and Diddy Kong Racing. I want to see him get in there and just be wildly inappropriate because Smash Brothers is too soft. I want to see some naughtiness get into my Smash Brothers with Conker.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. He's like
for
the
me,
anti-mascot.
For me, for my number 3, I would like to see Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yes.
Because I loved that game, first of all, and I even go back
Sonic
and
Battle 2. Fucking amazing.
And I think it'd be interesting to see Shadow in there. And plus, you've already seen so many other variations of Sonic in the game already.
Yep.
It wouldn't be too hard to throw Shadow.
like even as a reskin, like a secret,
Right.
a clone skin. All right, my number 3. We're gonna go a little bit newer here.
Okay.
I want to see Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War.
Marcus Phoenix. Yes, that'd be
Big
awesome.
hulking guy, like.
I
have
don't
him
think Nintendo
go-
would be down for the chainsaw, though. I think he'd have to
But I
leave
mean,
that
think
at home.
about it. They do have stuff like that in Smash, though.
Yeah, but I don't think anything cuts people directly in half. And but no,
don't
that
need
would
to
be
know.
cool. Marcus run in there and grab people and chuck them and throw them all over the
You know,
place.
I mean, look at Samus with the freaking charge shot and everything. You could have Marcus do like something where he's chainsawing somebody and then kick him off.
Quite violent. For me, number 2, I would love to see Kratos, the God of War,
yes.
fighting Mario. I think that'd
You
be
just
interesting.
stole that one from me. But I don't know, AJ, about him ripping people in half and things.
Hey, but listen, he doesn't have to rip people in half. He can just launch them off the map, which is the whole point of some part of the game anyway.
True. I'll give you that one.
Give
I'll
us your
you
next.
that one. I'm tracking on you. I see what you did there. You know who I want to see? My number 2 in sorry, changed up some things. I got a better idea. So my number 2 is Gex the Gecko. I want to see him in a Smash Brothers game because Gex for me was the epitome of the Sony platformer.
Yes.
You know, wisecracking lizard that jumps around. He unlocks things. He's hooked on TV. I
like
think
that
that
he
would have
doesn't
been.
sit still very often either.
Oh, yeah. and like if you leave him idle, he starts dancing. He starts
Just
moving
like,
around. He just
I
doesn't.
can't move.
And I love that. I think he would be a great addition to Smash. I could just imagine some of the moves he would do. So that's my number 2.
I think
Number 1.
for me, my
Number
number one, and I'm gonna probably get a little bit of heat from this, but it doesn't necessarily have to be him, but I'd like to see John Cena in Super Smash Bros. And I'll tell you why. I don't want to see him like all beefed up John Cena like in the video game simulation version of WWE.
Yeah.
I want to see a character like huge emphasis on the jorts, oversized muscles. He
So like
he brings
Beautiful
in
Joe.
the you can't see me taunt, and he just comes in. He just constantly is like yelling promos while he's fighting and throwing people around.
So again, Abigail with the
Yes,
the
Abby.
one
We might have-
shot. Tom
the
Nook
birth-
in Smash.
Yes,
Yes.
Abby has the best insights. I love it.
It's beautiful. All right, so numero uno for this guy, Doom Guy. I want to see the Doom Guy in Smash. I mean,
I can agree with that.
just he and what's her face from Animal Crossing are besties. It would only make
Yes.
sense that
Yes.
What's her name? Abigail calls for help, and there's the Doom Guy. Just
They could have a whole
smashing things. And
Doom Crossing event come into Smash
oh
Brothers.
my god, that would be amazing. Can you imagine that?
Honestly, I think we might have just given them a great idea.
Nintendo, I hope you're listening. I hope
I
you're
hope
listening.
y'all make that happen because that would be dope.
Doom Guy and Smash Brothers. Ah.
Well, Dan, it is that time
It is
for us
that
to
time.
go over our shout outs and all of those things and
We have
look into
shout-outs?
who we're going to raid next. I thought we'd give a shout out over to Gritty Urban Saga for the raid tonight.
Gritty Urban Saga. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
and our
sir.
special thanks to Rules of Engagement Games, Campus Cards of Orlando, and the Hobby Chest in Jacksonville. VIP fan, Sono Kid. And our
Sono
newest
Kid.
gamer, Violet Abstract.
Yes. This episode and all others will be available on Monday on Apple Podcasts and Podbean
Oh,
for
yeah,
our
we got
Google
one of
listeners.
those. I forgot.
Thank you so much for that and all of the love and support that we've gotten. We wouldn't be here without any of y'all that stay here and listen to us rant every week.
Every
It's
week.
all for you, and that's what this channel has started. This is why this podcast has started, and it's all for you.
So
and we
we do
appreciate
have
that.
some bad news. This may be my last stream for a little while.
Yes.
I will be heading out to California to go take care of some stuff of things for work, and it'll be AJ calling the show. If I can, I will hop on and be a guest spot, but for the time being, I will be off doing stuff and things.
Yes.
So, AJ, the helm is yours. Any final thoughts?
I think I've nailed everything on the head. Next week we will be back to our regular settings, so look forward to that. We've got some more interviews coming up. I have an interview with our good buddy Dito. He's going to teach us all about what life is being with a streamer. We're going to be interviewing the owner of the summer camp that we mentioned tonight, the Hybrid ATX. We're going to be interviewing Joby from Joby and Josh.
Woo!
We did interview
I miss
with
her.
them.
She was awesome.
She will be joining us, and also keep an eye out for the future interviews that we will be doing as well. But yes, time to head over to Gritty Urban Saga. Dan, you got that set up for the raid there?
No, I don't. Hold on.
Those of you guys that stuck around, we really appreciate that. So we'll go give some love over to Gritty Urban Saga and see what they have to say tonight.
Starting raid.
Thank you guys so much. And once again, my name is AJ East Coast. The doctor is in tonight.
Yes. The doctor
Wear your
is
mask,
in.
everyone. Thank you for coming to Game Interrupted.
Rating. Yeet. Are we streaming? I can't tell. Yep,
Yes,
we're
we
hosting.
did.